Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm gonna be doing a story time. Clearly you can tell by the title what it is, because everybody keeps asking me about it, all in my live, all in my DM, all on my Twitter, all in my comments, and I'm just like I'm not gonna respond to anybody anymore because honestly it's annoying. So if you have any questions, any concerns, or any hate that you want to leave below, please do. It's crazy that I've actually been getting hate for getting sick, like legit, but I mean whatever, the world is full of idiots. What do I expect from you guys? Not much. So okay, so yes, this is about when I had coronavirus, which was a little bit over two weeks now. So yeah, so I'm gonna just tell you guys a story about that. I'm not embarrassed at all. Like somebody, I'm not gonna say his dumbass name, even though I love him dearly, he's so stupid. He was like, why did you tell people you had coronavirus? That's like the equivalent of you saying you had AIDS. And I'm just like, it's really sad that people are so dumb, and it's really sad that like people just attach all these stigmas to sicknesses and diseases and viruses and illnesses, and it's like nobody wants to get sick, nobody wants to get a virus, nobody wants to get a disease. So why are you guys picking on people for having stuff? Like, I'm just saying, I only had freaking coronavirus and people are acting like I'm like ooh, get it, like okay, whatever. Like I understand if like I'm still sick or like contagious or anything, but I'm like, calm down. I don't know if it's because my mom is a nurse or what it is, but I'm just like not really stupid like a lot of people, so whatever. So anyways, this is about when I had la corona, and my symptoms started, it is now April 5th. The first symptoms that I noticed was on March 18th, and I was actually in public when I first noticed my first symptoms. Keep in mind, I just want to go ahead and say, because a lot of people have been talking about this too. They're like, oh, well, you should have been staying in the house and you should have been da. Okay, so coronavirus can sit in your body for 2 weeks before you start showing symptoms, which is why it has been spread so crazily, because people will be spreading this and not even know that they're sick for 2 weeks before they even get a first symptom. So I have no idea who I got this from, when I got this, because as soon as like corona started becoming like a thing, I was like, oh, like, you know, I'm gonna be very careful, I'm gonna wash my hands, I'm gonna sanitize, I'm not gonna panic, and I'm gonna stay in the house. So, you know, this was like in the beginning of the panic for Los Angeles, and I was doing a really good job. But also keep in mind, this is what I think it is. So this is kind of how I've been thinking how I got this. So I moved into this apartment from West Hollywood on March 3rd. Okay, let me see. Let's just go to the calendar and see if that adds up. 1, 2. Actually, that adds up perfectly, so that's crazy. The highest number of cases in Los Angeles are in West Hollywood, where I was moving from. And like in my mind, the reason why West Hollywood had the most cases is because that's where everybody goes out to. That's where people party at. That's where everything is. So I was moving from West Hollywood on March 3rd, touching stuff. I had movers in my house. I was probably eating stuff, like touching the doors and opening that and going and picking up boxes. So I was doing a lot of moving around and a lot of touching stuff. And now that I think about it, a lot of cross-contamination. So I'm gonna just assume that I got it in West Hollywood, probably around when I was moving, because I got my first symptoms on March 18th. I'm gonna read my symptoms for you guys because I did not have the normal symptoms that everybody was panicking about. Everybody was panicking about a cough and a fever, and I did not get a cough or a fever the entire time I was sick. So that's gonna play a part in this story. So I'm sitting in the nail shop on March 18th, and I noticed that the light is hurting my eyes. So I'm just like, are the lights really bright today, or like what's going on? Like, I don't know. It was raining that day, and I was just like, I don't know, maybe it's the weather, blah blah blah. But keep in mind, I'm still being really safe. Like, you know, like I don't have a cough, I'm not sneezing, I'm washing my hands, like I'm making sure that I sanitize. So I didn't get anybody sick, which is awesome. I still have not, like, nobody has gotten sick from me. Nobody even around me has been sick with this. So I'm happy that I took precautions early, because if I didn't, I could have spread the virus. So whatever, March 18th, I get a headache, and I'm having a little nausea because the night before I had been drinking. So I was like, okay, I think that I just have a hangover. And then that night, I started feeling really weak. I took my temperature and it was 97.5. So, you know, I'm like telling my mom, like, no, actually, don't think I even told my mom yet. I was just like, like I feel a little crappy, but I'm pretty sure it's a hangover. So whatever. March 19th. My symptoms were, I was starting to feel weak, like my body was starting to feel weak. I had no appetite. I was sneezing, and my nose started burning when I was inhaling. I took my temperature, 98.3, still a normal temperature. So at this point, I'm kind of like, what the heck? I'm telling my mom my symptoms. She's like, it's probably just allergies. It's allergy season. Do not panic. I have anxiety disorder. So I call my mom all the time thinking that I'm dying, thinking that I have freaking a tumor, a cancer, like everything. I panic about every single thing. So she's just like, you need to calm down. You do not have coronavirus, like calm down. So March 20th, I woke up. I went from my bed to my couch, like everybody's been doing in quarantine, and I felt extremely drained just by walking from my bed to my couch. I still had sensitivity to light. It was hard for me to like look at the TV or my phone for too long. I stood up to go make a bagel, and I felt so drained and weak, and I literally almost passed out. Like I had to sit down. I was like, I can't do this, whatever. Still had burning in my nasal passage. And it was slightly hard. I felt like it was hard for me to take a full breath. Like I wasn't like this, but it was just like, when I was inhale, like I just didn't feel like my lungs were getting fully filled with air. So I was just kind of like, what the heck? I took my temperature, it was 98.6. Once again, it was normal. I did not have a fever. So I'm telling my mom my symptoms. She's like, you don't have a cough, you don't have a fever, don't panic, blah, blah, blah. March 21st. I think this is the day that my mom came to LA, because she's still like, you know what, you're panicking, and I can tell you're panicking. And my mom is an RN, like I said, and she just was like, she had some time off of work, and she was like, I'm gonna just come down there and calm your nerves, because I couldn't really be around a bunch of people, especially if I had started kind of not feeling well. I was like, I'm not going to be around people if I'm not feeling well, but I was panicking, and she was just wanted to make sure that I was okay mentally. So March 21st, I woke up with sensitivity to light. My nose was burning every time I stood up. I can breathe out of my nose just fine, but I can't taste or smell anything. I'm feeling extremely weak and faint whenever I try to do anything, and I can't think straight. I'm feeling a little better than day two. Day two, I think for me, was the worst. So this was the day that I lost my taste and my smell. And at this point, on the 21st, people weren't even really talking about taste and the loss of taste and smell being a symptom. So when I noticed that my taste was gone, I panicked. I broke down in tears, crying to my mom. I was like researching what this could be from. It was like a brain tumor or a brain injury, because you guys, I could breathe perfectly fine out of my nose, like perfectly fine. You know how when you get a cold and your nose is stuffed up and you can't smell or taste anything? Yeah, that's normal, but it's not normal when you're breathing perfectly fine and you cannot taste or smell anything. It's like if you just one day, it was like if you just one day woke up and lost your senses, and it was tripping me out. I was freaking out, and I told my mom, and I was just like, Mom, I cannot taste or smell anything. She's like, Kayla, it's allergy season, like calm down. I'm like, no, I cannot smell anything or taste anything. So I had picked up something like, it was like an edge control, and I was like, I can't smell it. I'm like, smell it. And she's like, it has a very faint smell. And I'm like, spray my perfume on your arm. She sprays it on her arm, and it's a strong perfume. It's YSL. And she's like, okay, smell it. I could not smell a thing, anything, like at all. Like literally, she was like, are you lying? Like, are you joking? Like, I'm like, no, like I'm serious. Like, quit taking me for a joke, woman. I'm not freaking joking. So whatever. She's like, okay, like that's a little weird, but still, you have no fever, Kayla. You have no cough, Kayla. You do not have coronavirus, Kayla. And I'm like, look, something ain't right. Like, this is not right. This is not normal. I have never felt this type of sickness before ever in my life. It was not like a cold. It was not like a flu. It was not like anything. It was like not as bad as, I don't know how to explain it. It was just so different. You know, I think the worst part was the feeling so weak and feeling so faint part. And then the most annoying part was the not being able to smell and taste part. But it wasn't as bad as like having the flu, and it wasn't as bad as having strep throat. And that's just for me. A lot of people have been getting very severe cases, but this is just my personal case of COVID-19. Okay, I got very lucky. So anyways, March 22nd, I woke up with no sensitivity to light, or eye pain. I'm still feeling very weak and loopy. My temperature is normal, 98. I can't even pick up food to eat this morning. Slight nausea, still no taste or smell. At 6 p.m., I was feeling fine, still no taste and smell. So this is when I feel like I started feeling better, but I was still pretty weak at this point. It was just like, it was like no headache, and a little less weakness, but I still was really weak. And I remember that morning specifically because I was like, Mom, like I can't get out of bed. Like I had never really felt like that. And I remember I was like, I need to do some work on my computer. Let me try to walk upstairs right here where I'm at now. I literally almost passed out and fell down these freaking stairs. I was like, yo, this is crazy. And when I said I feel loopy, I could literally not think straight. My mom was like doing my dishes and she was like, where do I put this? And I was like, what? Like, what is that? Like, what do you mean? Like, open? It was like so much work to just think about where I wanted to say. It was crazy. Like, I was like, I feel like my brain is broken. I feel like my brain is broken. Why is my brain not working? So, March 23rd, let me just check the date. March 23rd is, okay. So March 23rd, I woke up feeling fine. No smell, no taste, burning in nose, and I was aching in my hips and lower back. I put in parentheses, maybe unrelated. I don't know. I was laying around a lot because I couldn't get up. I don't know if it was from that. I don't know if it was from corona, but I did see some people talk about like back pain. So I have no idea if it was related, but I was having like these weird aching hip pains and like lower back pain, and I don't really get lower back pain. If I ever get back pain, it's usually upper back pain. So I don't know if it was related, but I noted every single thing that I felt during this process, because I knew in my freaking heart and soul, I was like, I know that I have this, like legit. And I know nobody believes me, like legit. Nobody was believing me. Nobody thought I really did. And I was like, look, I know my body. Like I know there's a rare time where I get sick and I don't know what I have, because I grew up in a household with a medical professional. I take things seriously. Like I pay attention to symptoms. I track my symptoms. I do my research. Like, you know, so I'm like, this ain't right. This ain't something I done had before. This is new. This is fucking new. And I was right. So I didn't know I was 100% right, but I knew I was right. I forgot to mention, so the day after I lost the taste and smell, which obviously we were still like, you don't have coronavirus. My mom was like, you don't have coronavirus. The next day, I'm online and a freaking blog comes out and is like, loss of taste and smell could be a sign of coronavirus. And I'm like, Mom, come here. And she comes in my room and she like sits hella far from me because she's still like sitting 6 feet away from me. She's like, what? And I'm like, look at this. And she's like, oh my God. And we start laughing. We literally started laughing because I was like, I told you I had this. And then she was like, okay, I do actually think you have it now. Like, okay. So then she started doing her research. She's like, all right, things ain't looking too good. So at this point, after that little blog came out, I actually started freaking out a little bit because I was just like, oh my God, are my symptoms gonna get worse? Like, am I gonna get pneumonia? Am I gonna be hospitalized? Will I survive this? People are dying from this. Like, you know, we're in a freaking pandemic, girl. Like, I'm scared. Like, I literally have this in my system and we don't know what it does. So it was definitely scary. I definitely cried quite a bit. But then again, I was just like, you know what? I need to just continue to stay hydrated. I was drinking so much water. Like, I was probably drinking about a gallon of water a day. I was taking vitamin C every morning, eating a bunch of those cutie oranges. I was eating healthy. Like, I was just taking care of myself like any sickness. A lot of people have asked me, well, what did you do to get better? What did you do to get better? I just took care of myself, and that's all you can do. Until there is a treatment for this, that's pretty much all you can do. So, I mean, it is what it is. So, I'm gonna say it was March 25th. No, on March 24th, me and my mom decided, okay, actually, on March 24th, me and my mom called the hotline so that I could get tested for COVID. And I called them and I said, look, I have coronavirus. I know I have it. I have no taste, no smell. And they're like, have you been out of the country? And I'm like, no, I have not been out of the country. Do you have a cough or fever? No, I do not have a cough or fever. Okay, we can get you an appointment April 22nd. April 22nd, that's a month away. I said a month away. So what if these symptoms progress? What if I freaking die and you don't want to test me? Like, because our country, and I know that there are people all over the world, but I'm in America, and I'm gonna just say this right now. Our country failed. They literally failed. Okay, when my mom was still at work, she was saying they weren't even testing properly in the beginning. They weren't even testing people with the correct symptoms because they were only looking for cough and fever. Okay? Our country literally failed, which is why we're all having to sit in the freaking house. We have people dying, literally, losing money, losing their jobs, losing family members. Like, don't get me started. But so I'm like, well, I can't get tested in LA. So my mom is like, you know what? I need to get tested too, because my mom is a bedside nurse in the hospital, and she's like, I can't be going back to work if you didn't give me coronavirus. So she's like, I'm gonna get tested. She had to make so many freaking calls to even get a test for herself. And then she had to make so many calls to say, look, I got this for my daughter if I have this, and you need to test her. So finally they're like, okay, like, we'll test you, we'll test your daughter. So finally we drive out to the Bay Area and we go get tested at my mom's doctor. I'll insert the video.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1, ready? 3, 2, and 1. Good job.
Okay, so yeah. So I went to go get tested. They stuck the Q-tip up my nose. It didn't even really take that long. The nurse just whoop in, swoop, grabbed that freaking snot from way up in there and swooped right out. And yeah, so we got the test, and then a couple days later people were asking me about it because I had been telling people like I was sick, but at first I was like, it's not coronavirus, like don't start. And then I started being like, oh, I don't know if it's coronavirus. And then I was like, honestly, I think I got that shit. But so people were like, a blog had picked it up when I was basically like, yeah, I have corona, but I'm fine, whatever. And I was getting so much hate mail talking about you're clout chasing, trying to promote your single by saying you have coronavirus. First of all, why in the hell would I choose coronavirus to promote my damn album? If I wanted to promote my freaking music, I would have just dropped a titty pic or a nude or a sex tape. That is way cuter than having coronavirus, okay? You think that I want to tell the boys that I got corona? No, I did not want to tell people that. But y'all know I am too damn open with y'all and whatever. I'm doing this video and I don't care anymore. So it is what it is. But so yeah, I got the call back about my test results, and I will insert that here.
I'm Sutter. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine. How are you?
Good, thanks. I guess you had called back in regards to some missed calls. That's by Margaret, the nurse practitioner. Yeah, so the reason why she had called you was because unfortunately you tested positive for the coronavirus.
Okay, I figured.
You figured, huh? So I don't know the full story. I'm not sure which day you got tested and what kind of symptoms you had.
So as you guys can hear, yes, I tested positive, and my mom's test came back and she tested negative, and that was weird. But I was like, I told y'all I had coronavirus. I know my anybody. So I was like, I was happy to know what was going on with me, and I was happy to know that I wasn't insane. Was it scary? Yes, it was scary. Am I fine? Yes, I am fine. Am I contagious? No, I'm not contagious no more, y'all. Am I immune to it? No, I don't think I'm immune to it. The doctor was telling me that another woman got like sick twice in like Japan or something. So I'm just not risking it. I'm still washing my hands. I'm still isolating, and just, you know, whatever. I'm happy I didn't get anybody sick. And I'm happy and thankful that I got a pretty mild case, even though, I mean, the weakness and the loss of smell and taste was pretty freaking annoying. But overall, I'm okay, and I didn't have to be hospitalized. And I mean, I'm just so thankful, because it's really sad what's going on, and it's really scary, and it's really a shame that our country is so stupid. And it's really sad that we have a big orange president that clearly does not care about us. But whatever. Yeah, so that's my coronavirus story. I'm fine. Like I said, please don't ask me stupid questions. Please rewatch this video. I'm not gonna say anything besides what I already said in this video. So if you have any questions, maybe you need to rewatch this video and get the answers you need, because other than that, you really just don't need to be in my business. Like, there's nothing else to talk about. Like, that's just it. Okay, anyways, thank you guys for watching. Give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below. I don't really know what you will comment, but comment down below. Subscribe to my channel and wash your hands.